Hello everyone, welcome back again. Today we want to quickly talk about our new incoming governor of Lagos State, the candidate uh, of LP, where everybody know as Gbodebo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on the time you guys are watching me from. It's your girl AB World Entertainment, Pidgin Aprokojis TV on YouTube and Osarati TV on Facebook. My people, we still did the matter of this Gbadebo, how you want to how you want to rule as governor if he win this coming election where they want do for inside Lagos, the governorship election. So the get some question that was thrown to him when he was being interviewed in that the freeze a live video. Okay, so they ask and say some Uber and some taxi driver, how is he going to tackle all those things? Because according to the talk where the man talk, he say him first stay for Abuja. He say so they register all the cars where he dey for there, where they use for Uber. He say if you lost anything, just so far me you know the name of the junction where you for enter the Uber. You understand Uber. So at the end, just call their office and tell them you lost so and so something, or you forget so and so something in their car. Even though say na 100 naira na dey inside your wallet or 15 naira, he said they will keep and wait for you. He said, is he going to do the same thing like Lagos? You understand? And Badebo said yes. He said not only inside the bus there's going to be camera, but there's going to be camera in the bus stop as well. Let me us talk say the old people, their brain don't gbin. So as the brain don't gbin now, they need to leave the young people to rule. You understand? Because their brain is still fresh. You understand? Look at what Badebo is planning for Lagos State. And it's good that the people that can rule that Nigeria, that can put that Nigeria in a good shape, now the people who don't get advanced exposed, where you don't travel around the whole world. You understand? Like this, our architect. Okay, so he don't travel around the whole world. He don't know many things. He don't school for the whole world. Not be people will go to buy exam for another country under 3 months. You go here say there be doctor, there be this, there be that. No, this one really go school for United Kingdom, the best university for United Kingdom. Okay, guys. So he has a lot of plan. Please follow this page and give this video a thumbs up if you have not thumbs up this video for the first time. Okay, and my people, now that kind thing wey in talk now make me like this Badebo say is going to do American wonder in Nigeria. You understand? Una remember say their papa wey dem dey call Peter Obi, the LP man, talk say if you no dey function well for any post where they put you, they go kick you comot. E no mean say you be LP at the end you come dey misbehave. No be that kind party in create. You understand? You need to work on your party well. So na so inte talk am. So my people, I no go take much of una time. I will leave una make una lis ten to Gbadebo interview with Daddy Freeze or e platform.
I have one quick is related to what Daddy Freeze was talking about security, right? We
Yeah.
watched a video on Instagram a few days ago. You guys said he was kidnapped in public transportation, right? So is there any plan by your government, when you are elected, to formalize public transportation in such a way that if I enter a taxi, for example, it has a number that I can refer to in the future, right? Because I lived in Abu Dhabi for 4 years, and if I left my phone in a taxi, right, I call the taxi company and I say, hey, I was picked up from in front of X hotel, for example, at 7 p.m. They know who picked me up, and they can tell me if the person returned my phone to them, right? So is there a plan to like take over the public transportation system or register them somehow so that when a Lagosian sees a taxi, it has a number or some sort of seal from the Lagos state government that assures him that, he's safe entering that taxi? Because I don't think that exists today.
Yes, I completely agree. And these are things that the government will work together with stakeholders in that sector to deliver. Also, mainly on the public buses, there must be a camera there that's recording and keeping track of the activities that are going on there, not just on the bus, but on the bus stops as well, and areas that are in its primary environs. I also feel that this also should go down to local governments as well. And that's why I keep talking about autonomy at local government level where, and it's not just taxis, it's also bikes, right? I don't believe in just this banning of things outrightly. I think that's a lazy way of thinking. I think you can look at things and see, for instance, the last mile for people to get home from the immediate bus stop, right? Some people cannot get there without Okadas. So how do you register those Okadas to make sure that they're only able to ply in that ward, right? And they are registered with the local government, right? So if anything goes wrong, the local government can monitor and track them, right? And ensure that the process of the registration is so robust but also accessible that these people would feel the need to, uphold the laws and regulations that got them that permit, right? So those are things we'll be looking at, and we really need visionary local government chairmen, and that's what we'll be doing.
All right, thank you
Thank you very much.
As soon as I brought him on, the viewership increased by 50 people.
So the APC man,
team Ashiwaju on Clash of the Supporters, which is my Tuesday show at midnight.
Okay.
So he's your opposition. And quite a few people back and forth in already. It looks like it's going to get quite interesting. So, DJ Bongoli, we have the gubernatorial candidate for the Labour Party, Mr. Gbodebo Viva, if I got that correctly.
Correct.
What are your questions?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good night. My name is Ayodeji Bakare, aka DJ Bongoli. I am a chemical engineer by practice, and I'm also a DJ on the side. I'm a card-carrying member of the APC, and you wished for APC and you got APC. So, firstly, this might not be I might not be asking questions. I'm going to make it interesting because there are lots of things that you said that I do not agree with. Like everything you have said today, I don't agree with it 1%, unfortunately. Now, firstly, when you started talking, you talked about the Agbero menace and all that stuff. And then we're talking about security and traffic and all of that. Now, these same Agberos that were vilifying, in quotes, and people here are vilifying, the head of the Agbero brought about the barcode system that buses and cabs will have barcodes. So people on their phones can also scan. Fine, yes, we know that not everyone have access to smartphones that have barcodes and all that. But an idea came from a so-called Agbero in quotes. So, the Agberos also are human beings like you and I. So I just feel this elitist kind of talk, and I see that in the comment section. Now, secondly, when Daddy Freeze asked you a question about transportation and all of that, I was like, oh yes, let me hear what he has to say. How I wish you started by talking about the population growth of Lagos State, because that will let me know that yes, there's so much you can do to the inner roads. There's so much you can do to state roads and all. And then expanding on marine transportation, because Lagos State already has that already. There's marine transportation going on in Lagos State. We have actual agencies in Lagos State. We have an agency that is for that in Lagos State. When I talk about the rail system, Lagos State has 6 rail systems that are ongoing. 2 are going to be built, completed very soon. The red rail and the blue rail. And then we have purple rail, we have green rail, we have orange rail, and we have yellow rail. So when we are talking about transportation and all that, Lagos State is doing that. You said you are going to do 4 rails in 4 years. We are talking about transportation, we're talking about traffic, we're talking about security. What would that do to our traffic? Where are you going to build where are you going to build that 4 rail lines in 4 years that will not cause traffic? Now, you also talked about the Chinese exchange system, $170 million. Lagos State is $1.5 million. Maybe you're not aware, but Lagos State has been compensating people that has the right of way, the homes and all of that stuff. Just the red rail alone, over 5,000 people had to be compensated, be it landowners, be it tenants, and be it landlords. You talked about, oh, you want buses and all of that to go into, pass through the BRT system and all of that. In the London that you're talking about, in the America that you're talking about, so buses should just be going through the bus lines. Because you talked about that also. You talked about dredging. Isn't the Lekki Free Trade Zone a success story? Because now the Lekki Free Trade Zone is going to bring in at least $200 billion in revenue. And then it's going to create over 171,000 jobs. And that is an after effect of the dredging and all of the sand filling and all of that. So when you say all of these things, I'm like, Lagos State is already doing this already. Lagos State is spending at least 10% on education already. The budget was 1.17 trillion naira in 2022 and is 170 billion on education alone. So you have all of these beautiful ideas and all of that. Where will you find the money? Where is the funding for the money? Because Lagos State budget, Lagos State is always having a budget deficit of about 15 to 20%. So where will we see the money? That is my question. I just put those comments and then I just threw that question. Where will we get the funding? Because they are all very beautiful ideas.
No. Well, I'm sorry. You can't just say comments. I have to address everything that you've said.
No problem.
Right?
I'm here for you, sir. I'm here for you,
okay.
Sir. Let's go.
So when we talk about Agbero menace, I sat down with the chairman of the bus unions, right? And there's nothing elitist about the people, chairman of bus unions. They are completely distraught. They are in court. In fact, they wanted to protest, but they were so scared for their lives about what will happen to them, intimidation and all whatnot. The main thing that came out from their thing is that monkey they walk, baboon they chop. I'm waking up early, in charge of maintaining my bus, moving around, and people are just collecting. The fact of the matter is this: you have a situation where there was a time in Lagos where none of these things existed. You have a situation where you have so many young men wasting their lives away, standing on street corners, enabled by the state, and there was no bigger epitome of this than during NSAS when BRT buses, busloads of people came in front of the state building in Alausa carrying young men with machetes trying to attack young innocent protesters. That was literally the epitome of all of that, right? So when you talk about a barcode system, people are bringing ideas to anybody that has access to I don't